What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Lazy Nerd Podcast. Our topic, lazy ass reviews. We have Kinky Alien, and we have Keith from Blerd-ish.
What's up, y'all?
Yo.
And of course, I'm Aaron, your host. Today's topic, we're going to be reviewing the third season of Aggretsuko.
What were we
Like,
reviewing?
I just told you.
No, but what were we reviewing about it?
I mean,
Everything.
Episode 1 all the way to what? Was it 12
I don't
episodes?
even know. Did I see the first episode?
Yeah, we watched all of it together.
Oh.
Remember, I fell asleep on episode
Oh,
2.
yeah. I watched the first episode alone, basically.
Episode's only like 15 minutes.
Yeah, that was the biggest bullshit about it. We was on like episode 7 before we noticed that they were 15 minutes long a piece.
But this the third season, though.
They did that shit on purpose.
Was
Honestly.
the first 2 seasons was that short each episode?
Yes.
I don't know. For some reason, they seem longer.
This is normal?
This is normal. It's 15 minutes. It do feel longer, though.
Yeah,
Honestly.
I feel like them 15 minutes definitely had to drag out in season 2 at least, because I didn't feel like season 2 like really went that. But no, season 2 did finish real quick.
They all finish quick. They just pack a lot in, though.
I don't know. Maybe I was so in much anticipation for season 3. That's why I was like, man, this is flying by.
I asked you to bring me a water and you didn't.
Good thing, though.
Totally forgot.
I actually went back and rewatched season 2, and it did fly by even quicker the first
Okay.
time. Like, it don't take no time to fly through an Aggretsuko season. But I think that first run of it initially each season, you kind of waiting for that, the what the hell moment, especially season 1. Everything, every other moment she's yelling and screaming, which is what we all kind of came to see. Season 2 kind of changed up a little bit. Season 3 went to a whole nother spot.
Season 3 was quite.
Season 3 was
season.
unnecessarily dark. Like, for 2020, it was kind of just like, damn, bro, y'all couldn't have gave us a nice, like, chill season for season 3. Don't get me wrong. I get it. Like, we need, Aggretsuko. Like, that's how it has to be. You have to build up to her losing her shit. But, like, I was like, damn, like, this is the build up we've been waiting for. I'm just waiting for her to, like, get big and get popular and just quit her job. And, like, that's what I was thinking her, like, big blow up moment was going to be in season 3. Was her, like, tweaking on her boss? No.
The only person she tweaked on it
was
Haida.
Yeah, Haida. And
Like,
I was like, damn, Haida done went this whole season not even paying you no fucking attention. Like,
She didn't notice. She don't never pay him no attention.
I guess I agree with you. I was like, man, this got dark real fast. It's always dark. Like, this is why I love it, because, I love anime. I'm not a big, believe it or not, kawaii anime watcher in the regular sense. But since Aggretsuko is twisted, is the inverse or opposite of what you think a Sanrio production would be. That's why I like it. And everybody roots for her. But I guess to break it down, to kick it off, we catch up with our favorite red panda.
Yeah, she's a red panda. I didn't.
I thought she was a fox at first.
I didn't know what she was. I don't know how I ended up finding out that she's a red panda, but yeah,
Like
she's a red panda.
I was like, okay, red panda.
y'all
cool.
don't know your animals.
Oh, so you
No,
knew?
I don't.
I knew it was a red panda when I seen it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Lies.
Nah.
Yeah, the camera's picking up the face
What
of
do
a
you
liar.
mean? No. I'm pretty sure I was like,
You pretty sure?
I was like, is this a fox? And I was like, no, it's a red panda.
See, in my
Uh-huh.
Western sensibilities, I think fox first.
Yeah,
It's like,
the fox was the first thing. I was like, is this a fucking fox? But then I was like, no, she looks like a red panda. Because I also thought what made me think that she was a red panda was the fact that she, to me, also looked like that's just a sparkly koala. Like, she's a fancy koala bear.
I didn't know what she was in general because I don't even know I've never seen, or I don't even think I've heard of red pandas. So it was. Huh?
They're adorable.
Yeah, so it wasn't even in my head that that's what it could have been because I've never seen it.
I've only seen red pandas in animation. I never seen one
Yeah.
in the wild of what they do.
So y'all have never turned to the Discovery Channel and seen a fucking red panda?
No.
I don't even think I have the Discovery Channel.
I'm pretty sure they also like eat bamboo and shit. Like you should have seen pandas and pandas. Like
seen regular pandas?
Regular panda.
There should have been segments following.
I've only
the
seen
regular
a
pandas.
red panda in some type of animation form.
That's crazy.
Like I've never seen. Oh, here's a red
Oh,
panda.
this is a red panda. So Steve Irwin never showed y'all a red panda?
Not that I can remember.
With crocodiles and
He
stingrays.
messed with a lot of stuff.
I only saw him in water.
Or what is it? The Krat brothers.
Who?
The Krat brothers.
CRAP?
No, KRATT.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I don't watch enough PBS to know what they do. I know what they do, but I don't.
Oh.
They ain't Steve Irwin.
Well, they would have
so.
found Retzko and told y'all all about him.
Okay, fair enough. I get that they be like everywhere, but they always do big cats though.
They do a lot of they do like a lot of stuff, lemurs and stuff.
They would dress up as a panda suit and they like little cheap budget cartoon, but it's kind of cheesy.
So yeah, me and Keith don't know nature. What were we?
I never seen one, but we pick up with our favorite red panda, as stated. Resco is how can I put it? She's doing bad, y'all. Like she's doing bad.
She's
like,
tweaking.
She's tweaking. Like
Episode
she
1.
started video dating. Virtual dating.
There was no dating. Like
She's
in
at
order
home.
to be virtually dating. Oh no, it was called a virtual dating game though.
Yeah, she was playing a virtual dating game.
She is doing a bunch of microtransactions for this pretty unicorn.
Micro.
It was macro on her level.
Right.
She was spending bank.
This bitch emptied her savings account for this damn unicorn, bro.
Cause I mean, I know yen. I guess cause it got to what she spent 300,000 yen. So that translates to what?
I want to say $300.
That's like $3,000.
Yeah, it's like $3,000.
Jeez.
Yeah, so she spent at least 3 G's American, and still 300 yen in Japan is bad. Like, however we look at it, it's still.
It was a lot of money. She spent a lot of money, and then on top of that, she still had to pay her bills and shit. She didn't know how she was gonna eat.
She spent it quickly.
Mm-hmm.
She spent it like over the course of literally 72 hours. Like I think it took her max 3 days to get to like the level of turmoil that translated into the entire series. Like how?
Okay, so I guess beyond that, like, is there any people out there listening? I don't do virtual reality. Is there any type of virtual reality that could be that enticing?
I mean, have you seen VR? Like honestly, there's VR. They're doing some stuff with it. I can see it. They talking about making VR not safe for work videos.
What?
Yes, they're talking about making like how they have the little throwback like rooms that you could go to and watch the girls and yada yada. They're talking about doing that with VR, and I'm kind of just like I'm living for it. Like that way, during quarantine, people can get what they need out of the strippers.
I guess.
The same way that you could go to the karaoke. Gretzko was going to the karaoke room. People just hit their VR, watch them some strippers, throw their money in their living room. Cause then you really happy. You probably gotta actually tip though. You're gonna be out here like Gretzko, no money.
No money, shaking your booty in front of the screen.
I mean,
she was excited.
I don't know what's worse, that or the drive-through strip clubs in Portland.
I think those are fantastic. Let them make their money in a safe way.
No. See, I'm not
I know
mad.
what you're saying. Like worse. Like, why is this a thing?
Like, not even that is a thing. The little clip I saw.
They snapped.
It didn't look that. I ain't see no A quality. I'm not sexist, y'all. I just didn't see nothing that I saw from that clip. And I've been to the strip club. I just can't do that shit in the middle of the day in the car with 4 dudes.
PM. Right.
That is a no for me.
Right.
So I don't know what's worse.
Engaging in straight sausage patty.
That is just not how I'm gonna do it. Like no.
Honestly, that'd probably be the only way you could get me. Because if I'm on that side of town and it's a drive-through, I'm like, well, I'm in my car. I don't have to get out. I can at least once. You'll give me once, because I'm curious. You might not give me a second time because I already know what the deal is.
Maybe if it was the one in Houston, Texas, I'd be like, okay, cool. You know, I'm gonna go. Hey, if it was black women, sure, or brown people. You know what? They need the money.
So that was the problem you seen. Some white girls through the drive-through strip club. And that is what.
I'm just saying. When I saw Portland, Oregon, what they were banking on, like.
Oh! You should have said the location. I would have knew better. I would have.
Yeah, that was like the first one, and it was like, yeah, Portland was like, they could have kept this. Like
our fans in Oregon is gonna be like, what's up with us?
My bad, Oregon.
Y'all drive-through strippers ain't hot, but you know,
do better.
Like, you know, I'm sorry.
Recruit some talent, Oregon. Recruit some damn talent.
You know, I don't really do that much no more. But I'm just saying, if I just had to go through it, I think Houston got y'all beat Portland. But
I'll drive to Houston first.
But
it's closer.
Yeah,
much closer.
Aggretsuko, man, she spent all that money. She's still, like, her job sucks. Like, I was talking with some people.
I hate that she works for them.
Oh, man. I used to be in budgeting for the city. It sucks. Counting jobs are really that, believe it or not, are that intense because you just kind of there. You got to move the numbers. The numbers going to move without you, and you don't move them, they're going to move on without you. Because if you don't balance, you don't do this stuff, you don't make things happen. Like, stuff don't happen without money. It just don't. So, you know, it's an intense job. So that's why I feel it with Ruska. Like, I be ready for her to blow up, you know, and just lose it. Because that's a lot of stuff that we can't do in reality.
Keith's like, just do it for me because I couldn't when I was in that position.
No, like, that's why I'm at the library now. Like, you know, I had to leave, but you know, just talk to a friend out. But it's just, man, but it's some things that some characters show me that I like and that, you know, that I'm always going to not like. But yeah, I think about Mr. Ton. Willing to, I think it was Mr. Ton. I don't know if it was early, but he was like willing to give her some money. Like,
that's the
like,
boss?
Yeah, the boss.
No, that wasn't early.
Oh, no,
that was
like
close
to
to the
end.
end.
My bad, I jumped in.
Yeah,
you
jumped.
Right, she kept,
I think the first person who offered her money was
her friend.
Yeah, the girl who actually took made her give the game back and stuff. I think it was.
That's right.
I think she offered her money first, and she turned her down. She didn't take the money until the other friend, the bird girl.
Oh.
Yeah, that's when she
right.
just went to give, because her mom gave her some money, and that's when she hit dude, and she gave the money to dude. And her first friend had already offered her money, I think. But then the other friend just gave her like an envelope full of money. Like, she just gave her basically what she needed to pay off. And she was like, is it okay if I just take what I need for food? I'm gonna work hard and blah blah blah. And she was like, are you sure? Like, what about your debt? But yeah.
Then she had the accident, right?
She had the accident right before it, because that's how
Okay.
she ended up with so much more debt. Because she had put herself in debt with the game, and it was like something she almost could have worked herself out of. But then she hit dude car and just like fucked herself. And with that scene, where she backed into his shit, and then she just sat there with the fucking numbers like going off over her head. I was like, I feel you, bro, because I'd have been there. Like,
I couldn't believe that's how it went down. Like, her life is already terrible,
Right.
and then to do this.
And she was like, oh, I just need to put it in drive. Reverse, boom.
Boom.
And she just sat there like.
He was like grabbing his neck. I was like, oh no. Like,
Yeah, he about to
Meanwhile-
wring her pockets dry.
Right, meanwhile, his neck is broken because he done
Been
up
headbanging. And pop music.
You're
at
the
that.
most iconic sensations in the world.
I didn't know what to think about that dude.
I didn't know what to expect or where he was gonna go with this, and he was like massively angry.
Yeah.
At the end of it, I was just real mad because I was just like, this man does
You
what?
go that far yet?
I
Wait
wasn't
till we
gonna
get
say
there.
anything.
Okay.
Don't cut me off. You don't even let me speak. You just saying stuff. Let me speak. But yeah, I was done. You cut me off.
I just know, like, I didn't know it was gonna be an idol pop group. is what I was not
I was expecting him to be cockfighting or something. Like, I was expecting this man to have chickens down in that basement room, like, running a whole, like, what do they call it, speakeasy, with cockfighting. Like, just fighting chickens and, like, drug dealing and, like...
You really thought he was that bad?
I expected him to be a part of the Japanese mafia, yes.
I thought he was going to be a gangster.
I don't know. I thought he was just weird. I didn't think it was going to be anything hardcore like that.
But I mean, that's the beauty of Aggretsuko with the thing with the obvious.
You never really know what the fuck is going on with these people.
And it's just like, and he's so angry, but he's like, nah, I don't need all this money, like, but you can do this for me. Mm-hmm. And usually that's where it gets worse. This, what you can do for me, is worse than paying.
Just
the money.
paying it, yeah.
Like if you could just pay this, I'm
basically owe
done
somebody
with
your soul.
Which, before we even get too far. This season of Aggretsuko really shows us how, like, oblivious she is and throws herself in so much freaking danger.
Yes, she does not. That's what pissed me off the whole thing at the end, when I was just like, it already threw me off when they first addressed that there's a Instagram page. But nobody knows who the fuck is running the Instagram page. And nobody thinks past, we'll just start a real official page and go from there. Like, the fuck you think gonna happen to this other person that's just been, like, you literally already seen that they're taking photos of y'all. Like.
And the page she's talking about, of the OMG girl?
OTM girls.
What does it even stand for? OTM girls.
I can't remember what it stood for.
I feel like that was a part of town that they were in.
OTM.
I can't remember what it was, but I know they did explain it.
Which we never even got to the point of meeting the OTM girls.
But yeah, he's the manager, the older gentleman, the cougar or whatever he is, cheetah, dude with the glasses, angry dude.
Yeah,
cat.
Whatever big cat he was. He wasn't a tiger. He was either jaguar or cheetah. But
he's the manager for the OTM girls, wannabe pop idol group. And he is managing them piss poorly. I can't say it no other way as this is where it touched so many parts of my soul with Aggretsuko as an accountant, as a fellow person who got an accounting degree, and just look at it financially. He is terrible. He has his mind and spirit in the right place. He believes in their talent, but this dude is buying.
He don't make no sense. 300 pins when they already had 300, 600, 900 pins.
Y'all, we are all vendors here. We do these things. We know how supplies are painful to buy. It's great to get the money, but then when you got to reinvest in it, piece of your soul probably hurt. It's like, you got to account for profit minus, you got to account for what profit is. But this dude has no recollection of what profit and cost is. Like,
he's buying.
He's like, we need it, so I bought it.
And then you didn't even need it. You just buying it.
And
we need to support our fans. How will we get new things?
But you got 3 guaranteed fans.
Right.
Some other fans, but y'all ain't got no real music. They got some. Like, I don't know how he was doing the recording. It was all bootleg, some type of weird way. But it's just, long story short, Aggretsuko winds up working for him to not only become their accountant, but old boy finds out she is a death metal head, and she winds up becoming a part of the group.
Yeah, which apparently was probably all the way up his alley anyway, since he's a headbanging monster. he caught Aggretsuko doing that thing in karaoke. He was like, "Oh yeah." this is what we need in the group.
First of all, the way he was standing and staring at Aggretsuko through the fucking mirror.
He's just all around creepy. He's just socially awkward.
I will never get over how she finished and she turned and looked at him and he was like, "No, bro, what is going on?"
He has some issues.
He was so creepy.
I guess you can consider him like the older uncle type, maybe, but it still came off creepy.
I don't know if my uncle was that creepy.
He just seemed like he was, because Aggretsuko's like 25. I'm gonna assume he's like 40, 45, like something in that. He's closer to that range. He seems like along the age of Mr. T. So yeah, nothing was normal with him.
No,
Nah.
not at all.
And
The most normal thing about him was his job.
and y'all, I'm just gonna say this. Look, this is one thing I like about Aggretsuko to our culture in the West. None of this shit happens in real life with the Western culture. I think it's more polite in Japanese culture that she would even put up with this to talk to the guy and
I mean,
deal with this.
Because I would have just determined that he didn't have insurance, and I wouldn't have called nobody or said shit else to that man.
I just don't see that whole ordeal even her following this strange dude into this dark room.
Yeah.
I could see that. I mean, there are people that would do that, and it would be people just like Retsuko, like who
Straight up oblivious.
yeah, are really
and
like trusting and just chill and just like yeah.
She wasn't
like,
even really trusting. She was just so chicken shit that she was like,
true.
I'm just gonna follow him.
Yeah, because she even said it like, I don't even know this guy. I'm just going into this creepy building, and I'm just like, but you're literally choosing. You got wait, you got in the car and then started wondering to yourself, man, what if he kills me in this car? Ma'am,
how
you
you
5 minutes down the road now.
Like how you in the car with your eyes spinning and he's like, you got in the car. Like, thankfully it's a
Just
car.
then she gonna ask him, where are you taking me? When he told me, talking about some, you'll see when we get there. Oh no,
I would've flipped out.
Right, I would have started tweaking. I would have grabbed the steering wheel. You're not gonna kill me.
Nah, I would have tucked and rolled.
But she meets the OTM girls and the little bunny rabbit. I don't know what it is with rabbits in anime lately. They got problems. Shout out to the rabbit in
B-Stars.
B-Stars.
Haru.
She got mad problems, bro.
Haru is the stuff.
I love that show, but I ain't gonna go deep into it. But
Did we finish that?
Yeah, we finished. I finished B-Stars. I don't know what you did.
I actually rewatched it twice this year.
I'm thinking about rewatching it. I think about it
is
every day. I think
worth
about
a
it every
rewatch.
day. It's such a good anime.
It is good.
I can't wait for the next season.
Still creepy to me, but I got over that. I feel like,
Give in to the furry community.
nah.
Nah.
I'm down with the furry community because I'm like, this is a really good anime. Like, such a good anime.
It is good. I can't deny that. And then, you know what? This is the year of like animal anime between B&A, B-Stars, and Aggretsuko.
I still
coming
haven't
back.
seen B&A.
I haven't even
It's
heard
good.
of it.
It's
I
actually
haven't. Is
good.
it good? I hear a lot of people talk about B&A, but I still haven't seen it.
If you like stuff like Gurren Lagann, I think it's triggered.
Okay.
It's just beautifully rendered and with a quirky and serious style. B&A is definitely worth a watch. But Aggretsuko, I mean, why is it she never knows what she want to do? Like, she's actually kind of good at being an idol.
Oh yeah, very
She's
good at it.
apparently good at doing whatever the hell she does. She just doesn't
like
have
it.
any confidence in anything she does.
Like, I guess I can't understand it. Like, she's a great accountant. I guess she's a great accountant, but they always shit on her.
She is a great accountant, because if she wasn't a great accountant, dude wouldn't give a fuck about whether or not she was still employed there. Like, he knew that she had been sleeping on the job all that time, and he still chose not to fire her because Retsuko's fucking work never reflected the fact that she was literally sleeping on the clock for hours.
She was. That's all it was. He was like, look, you can't do. And I'll give time this. Oh boy, like, you can't. Real shit, people. You cannot be falling asleep at your professional gig and be like, oh, well, I'm an idol late at night. Nah, real life, you're going to be fired in a day or two. Like, trust
But
me.
my whole thing is, he won't fire her because dude is sick in his own way. Because you treat this woman like shit.
He does.
Like, and the only reason that you keep her around is to treat her like shit. Like, she literally is your, your mat.
Stick.
Like, yeah, like your mat for you to wipe your feet on a day that you're having a shitty life. You're a shitty day because your life sucks. Because, like, the way that he treats Retsuko is so unwarranted. And, like, I understand we'll never see how he treats the other employees from their perspective because it's not,
yeah, that's what I want to see.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Be like, we'll never see that because the show isn't about them.
True.
But, like, there's no fucking way y'all gonna convince me that he's just treating all these people in this office like this and they don't leave. Like, if they can't go and do another job, same job somewhere else.
I believe he treats everybody bad, but Retsuko is his favorite. Because he calls on her. He's like, calendar, calendar. I asked for calendar.
Right.
Yeah, he didn't even want Hyde that one scene. He was like,
yeah,
get her out my way. I want this person. But you know what? Believe it or not, I ain't justifying nothing Ton does. But I do believe if, depending on how many seasons they go with Aggretsuko, or if they ever do, let her progress as she gets older. I don't know where this goes. But I think this is where it ultimately goes. And he said this in season 1 that lets me know how Ton is a shit person. No way around it.
Yeah.
I think he actually does care about Aggretsuko. He's just a shitty human being.
Yeah.
I think she will actually be his successor one day.
See, but that makes me mad too, though, because I don't want her to be her successor there. I want her to go somewhere else. Like, I wanted her to be a star because she kind of deserves it. Like, she deserves all of the good stuff that comes her way because despite her stupidity, like, she is talented.
That's still perfect for idle and stupid.
She's still talented and everything, and she's still, like, she's very fucking hardworking, so she deserves it more than, like, anybody that you've seen thus far in the show, with the exception of Monica, because Monica even shows about, like, how hard she fucking works, and she talks about that. But it'd be like, bro, that's your favorite, but then you treating her like trash so that you can keep her mentally feeling like the level that you have her at is where she belongs. I feel like
I agree.
I do, and I also don't. I feel like he wants her to have a backbone. I feel like he wants her to, like, rise up and talk, like, jump down his throat.
He gets into. He likes it. He's sick like that. Like, I think both is right. I think he eventually thinks everybody else is stupid.
Yeah.
And that she is the one, and that she might, you know, he don't know how to express it. Like, I guess when you take out his usual shitty things, but, like, Ton is absurdly the one that she kind of can come to for these very extreme, weird advice things, like in season 2, where a boy, like, when he noticed, like, okay, yeah, I'm a piece of shit or whatever, but you know what's really bad? Having the paparazzi after you, if you would, old boy, is like, look, if you love him, cool, but be prepared for this lifestyle. Are you ready for this? He did say that, and I get it.
And he dropped some knowledge on season 3 too.
yeah, but the knowledge was coupled with I'm handing you this money so that you will quit this because I want you to stay here.
It was coupled with that too, but he still was like,
it's like she's like a daughter he hates to him, but he will take care of her.
That's
we're not saying it's not toxic.
Like, it's
he's
toxic,
mad
like,
toxic, but he be trying to help. He but in his weird little, like, tough ass way.
Like, he's like a Republican father who hates everything and everybody, but it's like, you're my daughter. I'm going to, like, fuck your life up in every single possible way. I'm gonna shit on you. I'm gonna break you, and maybe it'll make you better, and you'll be like me. Like, I think that's what she sees herself. I think that's one thing she hates. Like, the better she gets at this job, I'm probably going to become the thing that I truly hate.
Like, the better she gets at the job, the more he keeps calling on her too.
The more she will become Ton. Like, it's going, like, that's what I see. Hey, that's my theory. There's no proof of it, but there's just some things that
piss me off.
That's just some things he has said since season 1. Even when they first met, you know, season 1, where they really was like, she went through her midlife crisis, and Ton realized, like, oh, you really don't like me. Well, I was wondering, like, I'm gonna start fucking with you from now on out.
That's season 1 is when she finally jumped down his throat. She was like, oh, you do have some fire in here. You're not just spineless all the time.
And he passed out during the rap battle, and that's when he said, just remember this when you become the head of accounting. So I think that is a small tidbit that we're gonna keep going down this route. You know, I'm sorry I'm jumping all ahead with, like, theories, but I do think my thing in season 4 or 5, I think you're gonna see her get a promotion. I think if they keep with the job route, because they done went so far with this one, if she ain't gonna be an idol, and they keep bringing up her age, so she's 25, so, and they were talking about being a responsible adult, which that is always the theme of Aggretsuko. She's a young working woman, She's no longer a kid. So when you're at 25, I mean, I'm well past 25. So, but when you're 25 and you're a professional and you're like, is this what I truly want to do? I want to get married. I want to have kids, but how do I have that work-life balance? And she's struggling with that. You know, and a lot of it has to do with money. And I hate my life. But of course, under the guys, I guess, under their culture and their politeness or their mannerisms, which some of it throws me off. And it's like, we wouldn't do that shit. But it's like, you know, some of it is universal. Money is always universal. But I don't know. I think down the line, that's where they're headed with her and Ton. But believe it or not, we didn't get a lot of Ton this season. I kind of missed Ton this season.
I didn't, but I can't be mentally reference what y'all talk about in season 1 because I still haven't seen season 1.
Oh,
but so from my perspective, Ton's just a piece of shit.
He is.
He is.
We're
not denying that.
No, he is a misogynist.
There's no saving grace for Ton.
No,
for me.
There is not. We're just saying like
low key he do likes her.
And maybe that's us as being men. We have our shitty ways with it. And Ton is the worst of us.
Yeah, he's
absolute. Don't get it twisted. Ton is a shithole. Do not be like Ton. In your real life, you will go to jail for sexual harassment. You will lose your job. Not only sexual, just harassment, and you just an asshole.
I don't even know how he has daughters, but I bet he treats those daughters like queens though.
Well, the daughters run him.
Yeah, when he was you seen how he was treating the daughters. Even when they told him like, dude, we don't care what you're saying about this music. We finna listen to this music. Like, oh, this is our idol. We worship this person. And then he was like, let's go.
That's something I was like kind of happy for her to find out she had started a YouTube channel and actually owned.
Yeah,
she had been doing that forever. She was getting discouraged because she hadn't been getting no views. It took to her getting into the group before it started actually like going somewhere, going viral.
You're right, and that's the dirty side of this. Let's get real for a moment. For y'all who listening, whoever listens and watch, that is the dirty side of content creation. We want you bastards out there to look, listen, follow, and grow, and we do this, and we try to do it well, and then you don't see nothing happening, and then it's some other weird stuff that actually might affect what we do or how we proceed with creating stuff. I mean, and it just sucks that like she had to go through all that, and when I was happy for her. Like she's gonna do this death metal, she's gonna make these videos. She's saying I'm gonna enjoy my hobby, and only Ton's daughters are like watching. It's like, oh well, they found out when she was in the OTM girls.
I think so. No.
Well, that was towards the end of the season when he found out his daughters.
Yeah,
it was towards the end of it. She was doing
it before with the videos.
She was doing it before with the videos, and by the time Ton's daughters found out, she was.
Oh yeah,
she was
with the LTM
incline
girl.
Stardom.
Yeah, because that's what they said. They were like,
she could have.
They were playing her, and what did they tell her? I think they told him like, this is our this is our idol. Like she does blah 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 death metal blah blah blah, and they were like, she's totally she's totally a OTM girl now. She's totally the new hit OTM girl now. And he was like, what? And then they showed, because I think they have been following her through YouTube, and then just so happened to be like, oh, bitch, we know you. We know who you are. Which just ended up moving now, because that's another thing, how you talking about like content creators and stuff, like when it comes to collaborations and stuff, that was a real good showing of like how collaborating with people can really like make or break you sometimes, because she had been doing her YouTube and getting discouraged, and these were her fans, but now they're fans of this group, this bigger group, just because they was following her and just so happened to come across this group. Like, it's like, that's crazy. Like,
it was good synergy because, and I guess even though the rabbit was she was being a butthead, I
hate and love her at the same time.
I do because she was encouraging and discouraging. She was jealous, but she like, look, I want to make it. Your ass need to come up, figure out what you want to do and let's go after.
Yeah,
Yeah, but she wasn't even jealous. She was just
she was salty.
Yeah, she was a little. Yeah,
she wasn't jealous, but she was salty.
Cause like a jealous motherfucker would have been like, well, you need to go.
Yeah, she would have let Resco quit if she was jealous.
Yeah.
But she was salty, but not. She wasn't too salty enough to be like, yo, if you gonna be beating me, I'd be damned if you're gonna be beating me and crying about it at the same time. You're gonna have to toughen up if you're gonna be better than me and take a shine from me.
I'm trying to do this for real.
Right.
And I love when they found out that she was actually
a
year older
than Aggretsuko. Yes, that's what I was just about to say. When she was like, "Shut up, I'm 26, okay?" And I'm like, "Bro," they were like, "Oh," I'm like, "Why are y'all tweaking?" Just because
it must mean a totally different thing in that culture about the ages.
I actually asked my friend, like, I was like, cause shout out to Leslie, she's a big Aggretsuko fan. I was like, all right, Leslie, I was like, let me know. What is up with idol culture? Like, I got an idea. She was like, honestly, she was like, idol culture is like from maybe 13 to 22.
I knew he was gonna say 13.
After 22, you're ancient as an idol. Or like, you gotta be like kind of already, you gotta be a hit at 22. Then you gotta start transitioning to other stuff.
Yeah, because they talk about that stuff with like, especially with like K-pop and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's actually a really, like, in other areas, especially in Asia, like, it's really, like, dangerous and stuff to actually be in that stuff because it, like, it's so taxing on them. Like, their bodies, like, their sleep schedules, their eating schedules, damn near, like, how often they piss is literally clocked. Like, they do nothing all day and night except for eat, sleep, and breathe what they trying to be. So, I kind of understood, like, that a little bit, like, Grant, because, like, that's, I think, another reason why they showed the manager from the perspective that they did, where he was like, well, granted, he was a lot more lenient and like chill, but like realistically, like how he was tweaking on them, like yes, like that's real life.
I can see that, and it's just funny because I think in the West, even though yes, we love our young stars too as well, but I feel like you can kind of lie and get away with it.
Yeah, and you don't really get no attention paid to you really, like until you start to become a seasoned celebrity.
And honestly, let's just face it. If you are an attractive black woman and you don't age, you can be 25 for about a good 10 years. Nobody's going to know or question it. Like, I didn't know how, like, Tiffany Haddish, I didn't know how old she was until I found out how old she was. And she just kind of made it.
Taraji P. Henson. Like, Taraji P. in Baby Boy was, like, mid-20s. Like, creeping up toward 30. You even now, you'll be looking at Taraji on, like, Empire or something, she still looks like that. Like
she actually looked better in some ways. Like, and she was, she a grown ass woman.
So I think that's, and I think what killed, like, kind of kills me about that too when we apply it to like Asian culture is because like in a sense like Asians look young as hell for a long time. So like the fact that they had like that they have that weird, like, I won't call it weird, but like that cutoff age that like this is that decade, this is your decade, this is all you get is this decade. If you ain't made it in this decade, then bitch, you might as well retire. And like because you got to think about too what they're adding that onto. Like we talk about the school systems in Asia. We talk about how well-rounded they are, how hard they push their children already, academically. So then to also have that pushing from everywhere else, it's like they really do strive for nothing but perfection in everything that they do.
Whereas in America,
you be just getting started at age 25.
Man, sometimes you're just getting started at 30.
Yeah.
If you're getting out of debt or crawl out of debt. So
yeah,
unfortunately.
That's one of those things where it's like you just really get the chance to really pay attention to societal differences when it comes to like money and things like that too, though. You
feel it with Aggretsuko because it's like, because you hear the English voices, but it's like, oh yeah, I forgot that's one of their things. That's just like, but. So what do y'all think about the other characters? First of all, one of my favorite scenes. One thing I always love about Aggretsuko, I love the openings where she loses her shit or somebody loses their shit before the episode starts.
I feel like it was less this season.
It was less.
It was less. Shit was mostly just her like
spiraling out of control.
Yeah, but one of my favorite moments when old boy loud capped about she's trying to return her virtual boyfriend.
Oh, he was loud capping the shit out of her.
They did it twice. That was my favorite opening.
Yo, and she was like, I get it already. I was like, boy.
Hey, I live for those moments.
Yeah,
like,
because he really was like,
Trying
blah,
to put
blah,
her
blah,
on
blah,
blast.
yada, virtual boyfriend. It's like, why are you saying this like this?
I mean, I think, of course, that's probably like her mental expressing it like that, but it's still like the people like heard her. Like, you know, do you really want to be the person who have the virtual boyfriend?
Right. Whether you returning it or not. Like, that's what's so sick about it. It's like, I'm returning this and you still yelling about it, bro. I ain't even buying it. Like,
And that's another thing about that culture. I feel like it's probably less weird over there, though.
It's probably, I guess.
oh yeah, most definitely.
Is it less weird for guys though? But for a young lady, would that be more?
I
No,
don't
because
know.
when I think about those games and stuff that I can just download on my phone and do stuff like that, they are more feminine, like, based. Like, they look more girly and frilly and pink and stuff like that. Like, that's what you mostly see for those little weird, like even the episodes app. Like, it's more propelled toward girls because they think that, like, you're going to be the one interested in following that storyline in a way to see how you can manipulate the situation romantically.
I still like, maybe it's an age thing, and then, you know, once again, you're a professional and you got this app or this toy or with this game, and you know you clearly embarrassed about it, and old boy just capped you, and it's like
I ain't gonna lie, I would have smacked him with that DVD. I would have smacked him across the counter.
I
Like,
mean, and the fact that you couldn't even return it, like it would
yeah,
just like
right.
it was just it was
talking about, oh yeah, we can't accept returns for that. Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. It looks like we can't return your virtual boyfriend, boy. And she just spazzed. Like,
I live for those moments with Aggretsuko. Like I need those. That's why I love that show. When her inner thoughts and her inner monologue that goes into these songs. I live for the songs, and I mean, just watching her go through the whole OTM, and I guess to get to your point about the fake account.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God! Like what is the manager? Look, y'all.
Nobody
Okay.
even was running
No,
the account.
look, and like nobody was concerned about. Yo, when they find this account, when there's somebody's like, oh, when they're discussing who is running the account, and no one knows who's running the fucking account, and they literally look and see photos of them doing very like private things, all I could think was like, why didn't nobody hire somebody to figure out who the fuck is following them around and taking these pictures of them? Or why did y'all not try to figure out who the fuck is taking these pictures of y'all?
The least they did was I think they got stuff taken down, like pictures and stuff.
No, that didn't happen.
They
that
just
didn't
started
happen.
their own account.
They didn't start having anything removed until the actual photos of Aggretsuko at her home,
and they
like going in, were taking. That's when somebody like reached out and they were like, because Aggretsuko still wasn't stressed out, like she still was not worried. Because
remember they got popped, she like, who runs this, and she like, let me start this account.
Yeah.
Then they took pictures and they got popped. They was getting popular.
And she was running the account.
That's when the stuff got weird. And it's something that I yelled at the screen that pissed me off from the Cougar, or the big cat, the old manager, when he came up with the handshake ticket.
Yes.
And I'm like, you know, we here in COVID times, like, look, y'all.
Man.
I'm aiming this way because I'm not trying to get droplets on nobody. You know, we all going through it right now. I ain't shaking nobody's damn hand for no 5 minutes. Right. And much less no weirdo who's yelling
my
at
whole
me.
thing is, why did y'all allow her to sit there for 5 minutes and listen to this man hurling really terrible things at her?
Get your
I wouldn't have gave a fuck how much.
Further explain what we're talking about, just in case.
Well, I want to come back full circle. I want to explain all of it and then be like, because all we was saying, Aggretsuko ass don't pay attention. And also, we haven't gotten to the point where it got real bad yet, because we were talking about how they were being followed. But in the scene, because when they explained the patch.
When they did the patch and like the whole handshake ticket, and then this weird guy who happens to be a fan of the original group, turned out he really hated Aggretsuko, but he also, like, what was a dead giveaway. He started insulting her for 5 minutes, and then he paid for that time. And he was
like, he had like accrued that, and it was like over a long period of time. Like, there was no way that you hadn't gone like months, like, because that's what they said. It had been like 6 or something months or whatever since they had started doing it.
And what's the difference is, like, when Ton is being an asshole, it's kind of played up for laughs, even though it's like,
oh yeah,
all right, this is cruel. But no, when he came, all right, okay,
it got real dark.
This is
the whole scenery of the show.
I hate you. I will kill you.
I have definitely malice
real,
towards
I really need you.
Like,
to
I really
go.
want you to hurt. Like, I really want to hurt you. Type.
Because he was grabbing her hand like.
Yeah, because he had held both of her. He had cupped both of her hands just like this in his hand.
You couldn't see
and was squeezing them. Yeah,
and
was just talking shit. Because that's what made me think that it was the ex-boyfriend. I was solidly convinced. I was like, it's gotta be the horse dude, the purple
rich guy.
dude.
She thought it was a rich guy.
Yeah, I thought it was him. I was convinced that it was him.
I figured it. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't think it was. I like, this is just some rando.
See, I did not think it was
because they didn't look the same to me.
That rat's me. I did not think it was the same person, because more often than not, when you're being like preyed on like that, it is by someone you know, like someone close to you. So that's why in my head I thought it was him, because I was like, it made sense, because I was like, oh, well, the dating app thing, how her friend had the dating app, and after Haida and old girl had followed Aggretsuko and they came across him, suddenly he wanted his system to be in the dating app, and Aggretsuko was one of the only people at the time signed up for this dating app. So to me, it just made sense that, like, okay, he already kind of knew
all about that equation.
He kind of already knew what she had been doing, because that's why he ran into Haida, because Haida had been following her. So Haida told him what was going on with Aggretsuko. You went and you met the friend and you signed up for this dating app. You already are aware of where she lives. You already are aware of where she works. You know what I'm saying? She probably ain't gonna pay a second thought to, like, passing you in public.
I admit, I didn't think of that angle, but I guess kind of like Aaron, they just didn't look the same to me. I was like, and it wasn't the same color.
Mm-hmm.
See, and I didn't really pay that much attention to how much, because to me it was like he was concealed enough. Yeah.
But
I hadn't paid.
Granted, how long ago has it been since season 2?
Yeah, I was gonna say, because he wasn't shown much in that season 2, so it was like I never really put in like my head like how tall he was or nothing, because I couldn't even remember like. They showed him, like, them little split
just put
scenes.
together a whole math equation that I ain't never.
It was just so much.
I didn't think of it. I didn't think of it could possibly be him.
Yeah, but the way she put it together, I'm like, oh, I can see.
To me, all of it made sense. And then, like, when y'all say, like, why, the arguments for why, like, y'all thought it was a rando, all of that makes sense, too, because he had been stalking the group.
Yeah, I just, like, that's why I was
for long before.
Like, that's why I felt really bad for, like, who is this rando?
Yeah. And what pissed me off, like, out of all of it, like, I can't, I'm not even, like, trying to blame Aggretsuko or nothing like that, but how, like, inattentive can you choose to be in a situation like that? For you to be literally on the fucking phone with someone telling you, like, you're being followed right now. Someone has taken pictures of you. They took pictures of you going into work. You're being followed. Don't leave your job. And then you just, oh, no, it's fine.
Yeah,
Everything's okay. I see everything. Meanwhile, bitch, you ain't looked outside. Like, you have literal, like, tunnel vision. You didn't look. This man is about.
He pulled out that box cutter.
Look, I knew it was over with.
It was serious.
And this is a good time to start talking about Inui.
Oh.
This was the perfect scene.
Actually, I want to roll it back a little bit.
We have to if we go with it.
I want to roll it back because I was gonna say.
No, we gonna have to roll it back, but I feel like this is a good time to introduce Inui, because Haida was not fucking going. If nobody shows their like absolute dedication to Aggretsuko throughout everything, like no matter what, like I actually kind of hated. I told you that when we was watching it, because I was like, I'm pissed at Haida because I'm kind of watching him throw away what could be a good relationship.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
But also, I'm happy a little bit that he felt the way that he did.
I got a love-hate thing.
Because if you hadn't felt, because if you hadn't felt that way, she would have died. Like that would have been the end of season 3. If Haida had not had the passion for Aggretsuko that he has, Retsuko wouldn't be alive. Because nobody would have, you know what I'm saying? She would have got murdered right then and there. Because even when it happened and Haida jumped on dude and he pinned dude down, he still had to beg for somebody to do something. So that lets you know, like, bro, they would have let her die. Like, right then and there. Like, they would have let her die.
At the same time, though, Haida and Gory was stalking.
Yes. Oh, yes. They was absolutely tweaking.
I want to just give a shout out to Gory. I love Gory so much.
Bro, she gets me.
The Gory.
She gets me.
Whoever does the voice acting for Gory, they got great comedic timing. I don't know what it like. Just y'all, if y'all got one of them rich aunties out there who just single, but she fly as hell and she just bowling, but she is so successful, but she has a great heart. When she whipped out like her levels of promotion with that app gave me inspiration.
Oh, yeah.
Like I couldn't promote no better than that. When she whipped it out at certain times, like, hey, just do it. Like, we ain't even talking
This is a good time for me to tell you about my app.
I'm like, damn, I gotta learn from this.
Oh, you off the market now? You just went through a tough breakup? Damn, I got this for you.
Do it.
Get past her real fast.
Right.
Yeah, like, got all this for you. And like, oh, she be so happy. Like, she just be sparkling. It just be hilarious. Like, Gory was the best comic relief, I think, of the season.
She's just super messy.
She's so messy.
Yeah.
She's so messy.
Even though she got a good heart, she would have.
Oh yeah, it comes from a sweet place.
It's a sweet place, but she just, she be cracking me up.
Because that like talking about that does really also bring you back full circle to the fact that if it wasn't for her too, like if it really, it's crazy because the two people that were being outcasted the most this episode ended up being like Retsuko's biggest fucking like saviors. Because if her and Haida had not been concerned about Retsuko, Haida would have never started following Retsuko. Haida would have never, like, he would have been, concerned, but he was taking, like I said, he was taking his distance. He was focused on Inui. If she hadn't brought that up and they hadn't been in that elevator together, like, damn, something going on with Retsuko. Like, Retsuko wouldn't have made it to the end of that episode.
Retsuko would have been dead if it was me.
Yeah, Retsuko would have been straight, had a throat slit.
Yeah.
But I guess to roll it back about Inui, I'm kind of mad at Haida. I'm mad at Haida because I'm like, Haida. Like, what's her name? Finico said that when she said one of the best lines, she's like, when he finally realized that this girl likes him and she was taking the lead, she was flirting like, she's like, maybe you could play guitar for me back in my house. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking something like, I ain't gonna say what I thought. I'm like, you ready?
I thought that.
We all really thought it was finna. We thought she was finna. Inui was finna throw it back.
Like, yo,
Inui was finna bless Haida. She was finna change Haida's whole life.
It's funny because it's still a Sanrio cartoon, but I was like, Haida, what up, man?
Yo, Haida.
Like, get that bass guitar ready. I mean, it's just like when Finico said, "Do you want to like you don't want stress in your life?" Pick Inui.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to live a stress-free life where you could just like have like be content, have your life, be chill? Yeah. Okay then pick Inui.
I feel bad.
And he was like, and then he said he went through that whole little picking the flowers and all this other stuff. And I was like, if you got that many reservations, you really don't need to be picking nobody.
And first of all, how you gonna have 2 dates? Like, first of all, cool. Glad you had a date. You got Retsuko to like, even though she was using you, she was using you, bro. Mm-hmm. But you let her come by. How you ain't checked the damn bathroom, bro?
Did all that cleaning.
A whole goddamn.
I'm talking about you vacuum. You pulled the
handkerchief
vacuum out
with an R monogram on it.
How you didn't check the bathroom? That should have been the first thing you cleaned. Next to the kitchen.
Like, you should go to the bathroom, go clean
you
the bathroom.
You cleaning your room and she wasn't even in your room.
How you let a whole handkerchief?
My whole thing is, Retsuko, why is your damn handkerchief on the sink?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
She was wrong for that. That's
I don't even know.
Okay.
I don't know either.
So give y'all some real like information on Inui because we just kind of jumped in. So Inui is another co-worker of everybody, Haida, Aggretsuko, all the
She's an underclassman technically.
Yeah. And so she basically shows, like, I don't remember how her first interaction with Haida goes, but they get a little flirtatious. and it leads into them basically flirting throughout the entire course.
Mostly Inui.
Really, she
Yeah.
took the. She,
Yeah, no,
it's mostly Inui.
Yeah.
She pulled him by the nose, was sweet,
Yeah,
nice.
she was.
She was like, "Yo, bro, I am throwing
Right.
huge signals, and I'm gullible." I could tell she was throwing signals.
Yeah.
The way they and the key thing, the way I love the way they drew
Oblivious,
her, they
not
drew her
gullible.
eyes to be so sweet, even without any pupils.
Yeah,
you
she
just-
didn't. Yeah,
but
her expressions were real.
She-
Like you
very
knew what she
sweet
was
and loving.
expressing. Yeah.
like, especially when she got
It,
closer.
I think it really gave you the like. It was like when they showed what's the one guy's name, the crazy one who like he write emails. Like he sent
Oh,
emails.
man.
When they, I feel like
Anai?
they make Inui look very similar to how they show Anai's girlfriend in the beginning.
Yes.
Where she opens the door and she's just real sweet
She's
and
just
soft.
very sweet.
Yeah, she looks like I think that was really their moment of like trying to give you a glimpse of like what they were going to try to show you that Haida could have.
That's true.
Because it was like,
And that's
oh
what
yeah,
he wanted. And that's what he was like.
yeah, because that's when he
Damn,
right,
he's
yeah,
like,
he
my
looked and he
am
was
I
like,
throwing
damn.
my life away?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I gotta say this about Haida. This is something that I'm frustrated with Haida. Maybe this is my Western sensibilities kicking in. One, I don't know if you should be howling at, pining over your coworker like that, but I know Japanese work life is grueling. You may not find another lady outside of work sometimes, but it does happen in American culture too. So I don't know how to judge that. They ain't really went over well the places I see, but
Suit.
but yeah, like. However,
Sexual harassment.
if you're going to, what can make it less terrible after 2 years, bro? Like,
Move on.
and y'all
You're
adults, like, I feel like if y'all 25, 26, 27, in that range, somewhere 24 to 27, you've been working with this girl 5 years, and you ain't make no move yet, bro.
Yeah.
And you gonna be all angry and pissed off. Like, she dated a whole loot. Like in season 1, she dated a dude. A lame. Like, dude ain't have no brain cells.
Yeah,
Like,
but he had
just,
no personality.
all he was a male
block of cheese.
a male real red panda. And they said it without saying it, but like that's why she thought he was cute, because they're the same species.
Yeah, it was the same thing.
But they don't really do that game here in the Aggretsuko world. But maybe he was meant to look okay, but he had the personality of a brick. So Ida, if this dude can be pushed to date
He
her,
wasn't even doing shit.
and he still went on a date with her.
And then
That's because Aggretsuko is weird.
and it's because
Well, she was
when you
desperate,
think about the fact
though.
that she
Yeah.
didn't date it for two different seasons, but she didn't date this season. So I feel like it was another reason why she couldn't really end up with Haida. Because at the end, you still don't know if her and Haida fucking end up together.
Yeah.
That's another thing that
They
kind of
don't.
blows me.
I'm
pretty sure that they're not. Yeah.
Because the way she
Oh,
She
when
pissed
she-
me off, bro.
she just oblivious to Haida. Like I think.
I was getting mad.
All right,
That whole
I was
scene.
like, punch her, Haida. Punch her in the throat.
Well, I ain't gonna say all that. But at the same time, I gotta get mad at Haida because, like, man, bro.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. I'm
if
still
you-
mad at Haida.
If you're going to be all this mad and puffy, ask her out. Like,
yeah,
look,
use some reserve, and don't do it because I also like, even though I was upset about how Retsuko treated him in the karaoke room, I understood everything that she felt and said, because it shouldn't have took this fucking app for you to get some balls and actually tell me how you felt. But also, like y'all keep saying, it's been several years. She understands full well how he feels about her. She
think
is
so?
not. Yeah, she said it.
you think
She
so?
said it. She said it. She said it. She
Or
said,
do
"You're
you-
always pushing your emotions off on me." She said it. She said, "I'm not responsible. You are a grown man. I am not responsible for your emotions. I'm not responsible to care. I'm not obligated to care about you." And this is, like, she said it. Like, we've been doing this for years. During her little screamo session, we've been doing this for years. Like, when are you gonna get a fucking clue? You know what I'm saying? You're not my savior. I don't need you to come barge into my parents' house. You disrespect me and you push your emotions off on me, and I'm just supposed to accept that. And that, I feel like, is a big piece of why she kind of blows Haida off how she does. But it also does piss me off because, like y'all said, she still uses him when she needs him.
Yeah, because she did the whole, like, I need to do this. When she's in her weird stuff, she come to those people to get saved, to get to be, to,
Yeah,
to,
as a
to
pick-me-up.
do the savior treatment. When if you would have left Haida alone, he would have been with the one.
Yeah, he would have been in with
He
Inui.
need to
Yeah.
be with, but he don't know what he want to be with.
I have been Haida before. Retsuko would have been dead. Me and we've been out having life together.
I just want to say Blerd-ish LLC don't condone violence.
Oh no, he's not saying dead. He's saying like
no, I'm not gonna kill her.
Okay,
it
but
that dude,
that OTM super fan would have killed her because I wouldn't have been around. You not paying me no attention. I don't chase that doesn't. I don't chase what doesn't chase me.
Look, agree. I've been like, look. First of all, let's just, and I'm gonna go even further. I know it's hard to I'm gonna say something crazy. Is it just me, or if they were to translate into humans, Inui would be like way better looking than Retsuko? I don't know. Is that like
I was low key thinking the same
because
thing.
she's tall and not to say that it has to be that, but she's just tall, sweet.
I don't think that she would have been better looking. I think because I've seen how TV shows do things, they would have looked almost similar. I feel like, because if you've noticed, a lot of TV shows do that where they'll have a love interest that you're pursuing. Because okay, let's take Twilight for example. They were completely different. They were completely different species.
But they both look good.
Yeah, but they were both attractive in very similar ways. Like their physiques, aside from the fact that Jacob was more firm and more toned, and he didn't glisten. They still had similar athletic builds, etc., etc. So I feel like there still would have been a lot of similarities. Like, they might have had different hair colors or, different ways of dressing. Like, there would have been different things that appealed about each one. But they would have ultimately, like, probably looked very similar. Because he still seems to have a type.
Personality Inui's personality would have had me. And I'm like, because you ain't spiraling out of control, bro.
Yeah. I'm just saying, once somebody asks me to play the bass guitar and be on my bed, yo, it's over. Like,
that is also still attractive.
And cooking for you and say, let's stay.
Oh yeah.
And then she left the food and told him. This the next day.
Was so gracious about it.
She checked out. Like, did you put the food away the proper way? Like she wasn't ever salty throughout the whole. Even though she was salty, she wasn't like she carried it well. She carried it well,
and she still gave him a chance. Like, okay, you did all that. I'm gonna be waiting for your decision. Like,
now that's where she had me fucked up. Because you can't turn around and do the same thing that you're upset that he's doing to you, which is essentially like leaving you hanging on the line, or because he's hanging on the line for somebody else. Fuck Haida. Like he don't know what he want. Move on. Because like y'all said, at the end of the day, you're still attractive. You're still an appeasing person. You have this great personality. Haida don't know what he want, and he too fucking old not to know what he want. And you're younger than him, and know what you want.
Yeah.
Fuck Haida.
Hey, I feel bad for Haida.
I do too, but I feel like Haida is a younger. Well, I guess we about the same age, almost. He's a younger version of me. I've probably been doing the same dumb shit, chasing somebody that's not even paying attention to me. Meanwhile, girl X came out of blue being super nice with her shit together. And I'm like, nah, I like this chick.
I mean, honestly, I probably married the version of it. Shout out to my wife. I mean, so, hey, she got a mind. This is somebody who actually likes me for me. Luckily, we met when we were young, and then we took our time with it, and then we got married at 25. So, my situation is probably the better situation of Haida's and whatever. I mean, I got lucky early on.
At the end of the day, if they do end up together, I think either relationship probably would have is going to bring him happiness.
Yes, but I think if they do, I guess if we look at this like an American sitcom, like say if this was Friends or something, by season 6 or 7,
if
they're like Ross
and
if they're Rachel and Ross, they're together and then they break up and then they get back together again. So we're gonna have that term probably.
Yeah, which is way more toxic.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like
I think we're headed towards that. I think maybe not next season. I think another situation. I think Haida is gonna go at it again. I don't see them dating right away. I think
they'd probably be better friends.
I think she has more respect for him. Maybe a smidge. Because he did save her. And he finally...
Did she even find out about that? Because she passed the fuck out.
She knew, I think.
Yeah, she knew.
She knew.
Okay.
Because he came in there and still...
She had to have known. There wasn't no way she didn't know.
She better know.
And it's a 15-minute show, so,
In
They were
reality,
just throwing shit at the damn.
Oh yeah, so
reality,
after that, it was just a plethora of like.
yeah, because in reality,
Events.
if your coworker who has been almost murdered and stalked, don't bust up in her room or don't
Right,
like harass her to
You-
date me. Like she
no,
needs some time.
When he walked in when he came to her
heal.
parents' door, and her mom opened the door, she was like, "Hi," and he like shoves his foot in the door, and I'm like, "Bro, what is you disrespecting
But
this
he was
lady's
like, I'm the
home for?"
one. But
Yeah,
you know, her
and
mom
he-
is all for that.
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh," and I'm just sitting there like, "Bro, I would have shot y'all." Like everybody, like, what are y'all doing?
But at that point, it was like a music video. Like they moved
Yeah.
it like
Yeah,
a
they
music
had
video.
That was
to
meant to
because
be
of the
cute,
episodes being
but
so freaking
it
short.
was meant to be cute. But Retzko really was sitting in the room like on her phone, looking like, "Bro, what the fuck?" Like,
Like life has no meaning, and he come like just pull her out to this. And I mean, I get what Haida was saying to try to help her out, but he was also almost be like, you being a hoe. Like, you called her a chicken, like she also was almost killed, and you ain't said nothing.
yeah,
in
I
5
didn't like
years.
that stuff. Yeah.
And I mean, I kind of like how she did get on his ass because it's like.
That's why I was like, I
she
was
ripped
torn
him
about
up.
it because some of it was just like, okay, not some of it you were just being unnecessarily mean, but some of it I understood because like, yes, like why the fuck did you just come up in this lady's house after a very traumatic experience? You could have just showed up and just tried to show your support, you know, as the person who helped her and saved her. But like, you came in really like, you let this app pump your head up and give you this weird savior complex that you did not, and the app and the friends, because didn't they also kind of like push that a little bit?
Well, old boy said it without saying it. He left it up to our imagination.
Oh,
where
that he
she
had
going-
set it
Then
up.
he twisted it, and maybe it didn't. But 100% match. He probably, you know, old boy. You know, he's just like, I'm gonna make everybody's life better. I'm smarter than you. I'm richer than you. I done already lost. She don't really want me. I mean, she could be with me. I just ain't getting married. You know, that was a strange situation, but I mean, at least he did tell. He was mad enough to say how he feel, but he was like, "This is under my conditions," and she wasn't with it. So fair enough. He was like, "I lost in his private jet that he can go get all the best ramen in the world, flying Haida around."
I wish Haida needs to hang out with him more so he can get some of this knowledge that he be dropping.
I think that's all he's gonna be allowed to hang out with. Old boy.
Probably.
Because old boy ain't gonna deal with that much longer. But Haida just needs to grow up. And I mean, Finico, I gotta give Finico props this season. She came through. She stopped being less weird. She actually showed that she cared about him as a friend. She's like, I've been your damn wingman for this long. Come
we were
on,
trying
man.
to remember her name on our first go at this. We were like,
You
what
did
is her
good,
name?
because I don't remember.
She like she said grow some balls. Like she literally said grow some balls, man. Grow some balls.
It's like, how many years of prepping do you need before you grow some balls and just ask this chick out?
Like, you know, if you want to do it, you got to do it. So, but also, I don't know. I still believe, you know, don't date your coworkers. Something outside of work. Like at the end of the day, I don't know about this life. You know,
I mean,
when I was dating coworkers, it was at my shitty call center job where everybody was doing everything wrong. Call center jobs are the worst. Just random
It
aside.
sounds like you just had a terrible job to be dating people.
I can't say anything because you probably would also say don't date your customers. And I have broken that rule.
Okay, you were at a con. That's con. That's different. It's
Yeah,
a
but
little
when you
different.
at this 9 to 5 every day, like you said, it's like, man, when am I gonna get mine?
It's hard out here.
Yeah.
And then the way they work,
Yeah.
have them, it might be 9 to 7. Where he be having
sleep under that desk, Playboy.
You can't sleep under the desk because you can't sleep in his workspace.
All I know, the only person who got everything figured out in this show is the hippo. She got her doctor. She got her kids.
Right,
Oh,
she
yeah,
be
she
chilling.
She the happiest
And
person in
even
this
a
show.
Nye though, even a Nye,
Even
honestly,
a Nye.
with all
Yeah.
of his like shenanigans, even a Nye. Yo,
Found-
can we talk about? Oh, that's another person I thought was the murderer.
A nine?
No, the other
Little
coworker.
weasel guy.
That the other because that's who originally had been taking photos.
Oh, yeah, true.
I forgot about that until just now. He was the one that had been taking photos originally of like Aggretsuko.
Mr. Tun's little assistant.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or well, I guess he's his official thing. He's the number one accounting. I wouldn't have figured that because he's pretty much just a byproduct.
Plus, he enjoyed her.
I only thought it because of the photo thing. Like I didn't
But
have,
yeah,
I didn't have
creepy.
as much
Yeah.
substantial
Yeah.
evidence
But he
for
was a
him
fan.
as I did about.
And that was a cool twist where he's like, I'm not gonna tell anybody. It's like, oh, he's so creepy, but like he's I think of
Fairly
him.
harmless.
Yeah,
I think of
I
him
haven't told a
as
soul.
Mr. Of like in The Simpsons, Smithers. I think of him as Smithers. Like I just think of him as Smithers. Not that I'm calling him one thing or another, but yeah, I just feel like he has some personality. I think he's just a kid's ass, but he's relatively harmless.
Yeah.
You know, but go figure. But then again, what made me think of Smithers because he's so into idols. I'm like, how old is he supposed to be?
I don't even know.
I'm gonna assume he's a little bit on the older side. I'm assuming he's
I
plus
would put him
30.
in his 30s or 40s.
30s or close to 40s. I can see him being a single bachelor for life, for various reasons. If he the way I think he would translate to a human being. I see him as a weird, balding, older guy who's just living the solo bachelor life, and being Mr. Smithers out here for Mr. Ton. You know, so I don't know. So I guess in theory, where do y'all see the next season going?
I don't even know. Because they left us on that cliffhanger, bro.
Not
I
everybody
never
know that she's
That's
a
the thing.
singer.
The next season, it's like because she quit. So that's
Yeah,
another
she did
thing
that
makes me
farewell
mad.
tour.
She
That
quit.
farewell concert.
Came back.
Yeah. She didn't even reach the top. She was climbing the top. And then ended it abruptly.
Like
To just be accountant.
Like, can they do the music thing again? Can they fit that in? Is that over?
I don't know.
It seemed like they couldn't, and that's what makes me upset. Because I'm wondering if, like, the next season she'll actually go back, or if they're gonna wait. Like, if they're gonna leave us a whole season where she don't go back, and then something's gonna happen. You know, in like season, what is this?
She needs to get fired. That's
five, or
that's
some
what I
shit.
wish Tone would have did. I wish Tone would have
Right.
fired her ass. Like, you have no choice but to do this. But and then again, I can also see why she quit. Because even though she might be feeling a little bit better from after the traumatic experience, she's still probably like, yeah, I'm going to cool off on this
Yeah.
for a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like it kind of. You mentioned about being fired. That kind of reminds me of Insecure, where I don't know if you watch Insecure or not, but they kind of I ain't gonna say mirror, but they have some off workplace, young adult humor and similarities. Whereas I don't know. I don't think they ever gonna go the route of she lose her job. Because I just think Ton is just, he gets too much of a thrill to keep her there. Maybe she really is that good of an accountant that he can't afford to lose her. But I can't see them, I do like they're not going to do the same season 1 stuff. I feel like if they do the same season 1 type of trope, the show is over.
Yeah.
Like, once you progress this, you just can't go back to, oh, I hate my job and Ton do this. Where they kind of do that in the comic books now. They can kind of do that day-to-day stuff in the comic book. The show, you got to kind of kick it up a notch each time.
They threw so much weird shit at us this season that I feel like it has to be more weird shit coming.
I mean, nobody knew she was going to get almost murdered and stalked. Like,
No.
really stalked. And
we definitely, like, I didn't know this show could go this far.
I
Oh
didn't
yeah,
think so.
we didn't really explain what happened, by the way, with that. So basically, with the murder stalking thing, Aggretsuko was being followed and stalked by the same fan that we mentioned earlier, who sat for 5 minutes and redeemed like these weird coupons where he could hold her hand, just to say really terrible things to her, to the point that like she spent like she was scrubbing her hands like for a really long time, trying to like cleanse herself of like how he made her feel. So he ends up following her to work. She goes to work and then she leaves work. He's literally taking pictures of her and posting them online as he's getting ready to murder her. So that just also shows you the mind frame of this person, that he did not give a fuck. He knew full well that he was going to go to prison, and he was willing to do that because he hated her that fucking much, because he felt like she had like just warped the way that the music was. He didn't like the new music. He didn't like the death metal, screamo, whatever. And it drove him that nuts because he felt like she had ruined the OTM girls, that he was full on about to like slit Aggretsuko's throat in the middle of the sidewalk when she was walking from work. So that's when Haida swooped in and bust his shit and let him know, like, you ain't finna do Aggretsuko like that. You know, he subdued him and then got the police and blah blah blah, and Retsuko ended up knocked unconscious, and that's also how we got on the Inui thing.
He cut her too, didn't he?
He had cut Haida.
Okay.
Haida got cut because that's what led to Inui understanding how Haida felt, because Haida never even realized he was cut. His adrenaline was pumping so hard that he was just like he was looking and searching Retsuko for the blood, and then he was like he freaked out. He was like, Retsuko, and then Inui was like,
can I say this?
Like, are you okay? And he was like, she's bleeding, and she's like, that's your blood. Like, here, I called the police.
And I know it's a 15-minute show, but at the same time, this is not the time to be talking about you made your decision.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
a coworker just got cut. Y'all.
Yeah, a lot just happened. You just watched this whole, because that was the thing too. Like, she clearly was there to see the whole ordeal.
And that's like,
so for her to react the way that she did, that's another thing that made me feel some type of way toward Inui. Because I was just like, okay, I understand not giving a fuck from the perspective of like, this is your competition, as that one, coworker explained. But also like, have some fucking humanity. Like, this girl just almost lost her life.
And I don't know if they were trying to make it that way or it just fit in because of time constraints and they have like only so many episodes they can do. Mm-hmm. Probably a Netflix thing. So it does feel a little bit weird to us as humans and adults that this is not something that would be expressed in any type of Western TV or in a 30-minute episode. It just wouldn't. They probably need a couple more episodes to express some of that. So I'm going to assume that it's just due to time constraints. But that was a little weird. It was like, this ain't what you do right now.
Right. This man is crying. Like he's stressed out.
Like, of course he's not going to give a damn about you. Like, the woman he really do love is possibly messed up.
Oh, but I ain't gonna lie, it took me out when he was like, well, Inui, I just want you to know that if things were different, I probably would choose
She was like,
her.
Like, she's like, bitch, if you lie to me, I'm gonna sock your ass in the face. You lie to me in my face right now.
He couldn't even lie though. Like, he couldn't even get the lie out. Like, he got to finishing the sentence and he wanted to.
She cut her eyes at him. She was like, bro, you lied to me. I swear. I will sock you.
And then there's also, and not that I'm proud of this, there's also another part of my mind that feel like in the real world, there's an opportunity for Haida to be really trash out here where he could have been with both. But, if he would have just picked up the
not working in such a close environment as they was, I don't feel like, because even though Retsuko's quiet and to herself and so is Inui, that definitely would not have gone well.
He too stupid.
Yeah,
you see.
I feel like if he was like, he left the handkerchief, but like, I feel like if this was like a different type of personality, a person who was playing that role, and they both kind of slid through the apartment, I don't know. That's not neither here nor there. I'm just spitballing. Like, Haida ain't got enough game. He went 0 for 2. But not that he had a shot with Aggretsuko after she ripped his ass up on that the last karaoke song. So I don't know.
And then they still went and got ramen at the end, and that was the end of the season.
I don't know
what. See you guys next time.
I love this season. I love this show. I don't know where it goes. Like, I don't know what you do because I feel like the music thing is really dead. I feel like
it's dead next season for sure.
The only
they
thing
probably can turn it around season 5, 6, but season 4, I doubt there'll be any semblance of any music.
Unless it's just a YouTube thing and that becomes something else. I guess they can always go to content creation route, but I don't feel like they're gonna keep putting up with this. Like, you can't keep leaving your job when you want to because you don't like it.
I feel like if anything, if they were to put her anywhere near music during the next season, it'll literally just be to be the accountant for the OTM girls still. Like,
that makes sense.
They'll just do some weird shit where she just ends up being the accountant, and that's just the thing for that season is her being the accountant and trying to push Monica or something.
Now it hits me. Now I see a situation. Accountant, OTM girls, old boy comes back like, hey, we're blowing up. Can you take this trip with me to maybe this part of Japan or something? She meets a new love interest who's the better version of Haida. Maybe he's not as rich as old boy, but he's like, I run this accounting firm. Maybe another accounting firm tries to steal her away in a different part of Japan. And maybe somebody tries to just sweep off her feet and come work for us and do this. Because you could go that route. Because I'm not. She realized she is a good accountant. What she did for the OTM girls, she fixed it. So she could be like, you know what? I can do this. Just like how she almost quit her job for her like shady ass friend who was gonna have that little fake store, and she almost probably could have made that work.
Mm-hmm.
So
that or Monica get sick, and begs her to step up. But I feel like that's too.
I feel like
on the nose.
Yeah, it'd probably be a cop out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see like, hey, this is a dude we're trying to work with, and then he try to move up on Aggretsuko. Because I don't know how much more you can do. I just feel like at this point you can't make Ton the focus because we know how Ton is. He's a piece of shit who's always gonna do some lightweight surrogate father stuff that's weird and should not happen. But
Trey.
Because she's such a
Hush.
got a messed up life, especially with money and whatever, he can probably help her out and give her advice. So I think that is going to continue with Ton, unless maybe they surprise us and he just like, I'm tired of your shit, get out of here. Like, who knows?
Any theories?
I already said my theory just a second ago. That's what led to Keith's.
I think her theory leads to something.
I have no strong theories.
Oh, come on, give us one. Give us one theory.
Only one I was like, which I feel like you said, it'd be a cop out. They'd be like, oh yeah, Monica's sick. We really need you, really, really bad.
I ain't gonna lie. If they run back the music thing after killing it so fast, I'm going to probably lose interest. Like I don't like that'll be lazy writing to me.
I somewhat lost interest in the first. Anyway, when just because of that reason, just a little bit, because you connect with her from being in that type of job. I connect with her because I am a metal guy. So
oh, don't get me wrong. I love the karaoke scenes. I wish to have more of that, or I just want her to have more angry openings at least.
Yeah.
I get that we're probably moving away from the karaoke as a thing, but I just see I think the crux of her is her accounting job or career / wanting to be married / wanting to be happy, and she wants to be a career woman. Like that, I think that is such a strong makeup of her that, and her parents' influence. I don't know if her dad is still alive or not. We have not seen her dad. So maybe next season also probably focuses on the dad, maybe, if possible.
I was convinced the dad was dead or something.
Same.
But do they run a funeral parlor or something? I'm confused. Like there's some of her background we got to go to. Maybe her. I think her parents is the next focus, and the dad is the next focus. Maybe, but it's not clear.
I can see that since they introduced, because that was the first time them introducing and showing her mom, right?
No, she showed up last season.
Okay.
But she was always coming to visit. But I guess it's like dad was like, maybe they hinted that maybe he just doesn't. I don't know if he doesn't feel well or he's just older. He doesn't leave, and they're from the country, so maybe he's just like, I'm just gonna stay home. I got stuff to do, farming or burying people if that's their thing or something. I don't know. I don't know if they own a funeral home. It was something that made me think that might have been their business or something. If they have a business, if they didn't retire. So I got to rewatch that. But I think we need to learn more about her family.
Yeah.
Or she just get a new love interest and she be flying jet setting over the world
Plot
again.
twist, she gonna start doing her friend's app and actually controlling the money intake of it.
Isn't Gory an accountant too though?
Marketing.
Okay.
But she's smart, so I mean she can do whatever.
Oh yeah, because that's why they always in the same building. They all work together. Huh?
Yeah.
Or
they all work in the same building at least.
Or they go somewhere you don't see it. Maybe we focus on Washimi getting her love interest back, and then they're like support for Washimi.
Oh yeah, but she was like, fuck everybody. I don't care about love at all. She's like, I'm about to get this bag.
I mean, I don't know. That's all my theories. I don't have no more. I've exacerbated all my thoughts on Aggretsuko season 3, but I love it.
They brought me to the promised land that I wanted her to get at, and then they smashed it in my face. I was like, oh man, she's finally gonna become this metal star. I'm like, this is what I want for me.
That's the best.
And then they smashed it in my face.
Aaron, they never gonna give you what you want season 3. Not Netflix, anyway.
But it was a Netflix original, so I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if they just be like, okay, we're done with this, so let's go ahead and put a finish this.
Oh no, they're gonna be done with it. They're just gonna stop it with no actual closure.
Yeah, that's what Netflix.
That's what Netflix does.
But Sanrio say, make us money. We're making you money. I think it's too big of a hit for Netflix to end in season 3.
Oh, we gonna see a notification in a week or so. Like Aggretsuko season 4 has been approved. Like if y'all already hadn't approved it. Like,
oh yeah, like it's too much of a cliffhanger.
I have Aggretsuko socks.
I mean, if they at least get to season 5, I could go 10 seasons if they can figure this out.
If they can do what they did in season 3, where it was so much up and down emotions with me, I think.
Give me at least 6.
Yeah, I think they could get at least 6 out of it.
You gotta give me 6. After 6, damn it, her and Hyder better be like having a baby or something. You know, like they better go friends weird.
That or they better start a band together or something.
People better start dying.
That's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see her start a band with her friends.
Which could happen because
Yeah.
she did go to Hyder to learn, so that we both know they know the instruments and shit.
I hope that she has like a sister that's like more successful. Like introduce more family people, or let her get in fights. I want her to get like a fight with somebody. I want her to go full on.
You want her to
rage.
get tighter, tougher.
Yeah, I just want her to completely unravel, maybe outside of work with people, and then maybe figure it out. Because I honestly believe the accountant, at her heart of hearts, she is doomed or predetermined to be Tun's successor. I think they have already slipped that in season 1, where Tun said it. Like, you are the one. You are what I want. Because I was you. That's why I'm picking on you. Mm-hmm. You know, even though I'm not a woman, but I was all happy and bushy tailed, and then they just sucked my soul out, and I still went up in the company. So it is just like she's doomed to be a carrier trading unless somebody sweep her out of there.
Which would be the second company.
I think somebody's going to try to recruit. That's all I got.
Well, I think that pretty much. I think everybody enjoyed season 3. Yes.
Yeah, I loved it. I mean, dark, but
yeah,
minus the love interest parts with Hyder anyway at the worst possible times. That it make quite some sense. Love the whole idol thing. You know, I hate that stuff does happen to women more often. It does suck, but they did show it. You never would have expected a 15-minute cartoon anime that's cutesy to show something so dark and so sinister and do it well.
Yeah.
So kudos to them for that, because that is real. And just kind of the showing the life about the crushing effects of debt. Like that is always money is the root of all evil. There's a reason for all this stuff. You know, don't spend all your money on virtual boyfriends and virtual girlfriends. You know, don't go get in debt behind tricking off.
Yeah, low key, with us having this conversation, I'm like, that season gave us a lot of like things to like grow as people. It showed us a lot of things.
Work on your content creation. Save your money. Don't trick off the wrong way. Don't stalk people.
Don't stalk people.
If you like somebody, grow some balls and actually ask them out.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
be aware of your surroundings so you don't get killed.
Yeah, that's the first one.
If you're going to run a business, learn proper accounting,
learn financing.
You know.
Yeah, it dropped a lot of nuggets.
You know, and don't be a ton. Just don't be a ton no matter whatever.
They've been teaching that since season 1.
Yeah, just don't be that guy. But I don't know.
Did we actually elaborate though on why she ended up in paying that dude off?
Yeah, because you
ran into his vehicle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, ran into the vehicle. The guy didn't want to go through insurance because he was like, why would I pay somebody to do some shit that we can sit here and do ourselves? So,
which really, it was just because he didn't have the money to do. He didn't have the money to handle that either.
No.
yeah, but he was fair about it.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying he wasn't fair about it, but the reality of it was like it was kind of framed in a way of like, why would I go through all of this, you know, when that's more work on me and that's not fair, when it was really just the reality of his ass was broke.
Why he
And
couldn't
also
be that?
couldn't afford to go to the insurance company.
Why he couldn't been that frugal and stuff with the other shit?
Because it wasn't his passion. That's the problem. Like that would, and he couldn't be that frugal because he spent all the money on that, so he had to be frugal with that, which helped his business.
Which you can talk about the part that blew you at the end. I forgot.
Oh, the motherfucker's a windshield wipe, a window washer. And Monica spends the whole fucking show, Monica spends the whole show, like, constantly referencing, like, so what do you do? What do you do, boss?
Mm-hmm.
Boss. Oh, why we in this district? You work in this district? This where the lawyers and stuff at. Let me find out you a lawyer, boss. What you do? Oh, you gonna tell me one day, and then the last fucking, 3 minutes of this show, they show this man washing the windows of Aggretsuko's job, and that's what made me the maddest. The realization that she's seen him before. She was fully aware of what he did. There's no way that she only noticed him that day. So Aggretsuko has gone this whole time indebted to a motherfucker that washes the windows of the buildings that she works at.
Which further showing how oblivious Aggretsuko is. Don't be oblivious. Another lesson.
Like, I was just like, bruh. Yeah, that had me that shook me. I was just like, okay. All right.
I know they get paid around here. I don't know how they get paid in Japan, but those window cleaners that be cleaning those skyscrapers, they get paid.
It's a dangerous job.
But appreciate you guys for stopping by. This has been the first episode of Lazy Ass Reviews. I'm pretty sure there'll be more to come. Thank you, I guess, Keith.
Yes, name's Keith Cooper. You follow me at first. Go to www.blerd-ish.com. That's www.blerd-ish.com. Blerd.ish on IG. Keith Cooper on Facebook. Got a Twitter. Not really active there. You don't have to follow it, but you can find it. And if you do, drop something nice. I don't really know how Twitter works. It kind of sucks for me. But got a Facebook page, Blerd-ish. And, shout out to, again, all those who may have participated in the Mid-City Microcon, who's been featured on it. Go watch it. Did an interview with the Tuskegee Heirs recently. And just, if you like a lot of independent black comic books, whatever, that's what we do. That's who we talk to mostly for our podcast. And, might have some virtual cons coming up, possibly AfroCon. Might see Aaron on there as well too. Different things. Just trying to find some places to set up and do it well, and hopefully you enjoy it.
Yeah. Would you want to drop some things that you can drop?
You can follow me on Instagram at professional_alias PROFESSIONAL_ALIAS. You could also search my Patreon by that. I will also be posting podcasts and blogs and stuff. Mine are going to be a little more aggressive than this, because that's just how I live my day-to-day life. So if you want to hear somebody bitching about gay rights, black rights, animal rights, human rights, the creepiness of most cis men, then catch me on Patreon at Professional Alias. And I also do some cosplay stuff. So yeah, we'll be into that.
And I'm lazy. I'll try to put everybody's links and stuff in the descriptions and down below so you can easily find them and tag them in the videos.
I just want to know what anime y'all gonna do next. If y'all do another anime.
I want to do
No clue for me. I have no clue.
I want to sit down and full blown watch 7 Deadly Sins, the new season that just came out. True. But also
I figured you was gonna say that.
Dorohedoro has me shooketh.
I have not watched it yet.
Yes, you need to watch it. Oh, it's so good. It's so creepy. It's so good. It's so good.
I was just telling Aaron, I watched The Great Pretender I want to review The Great Pretender.
I'm gonna watch it. Is it on
Okay.
Netflix?
Yes.
Okay, I'll watch
Yeah,
it.
we can watch it.
Yeah,
and
we'll
then
start watching
we can
it tonight.
we can do another episode.
I'm down.
I'm down.
Dope.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
The Great Pretender. I gotta pee. Excuse me. Don't be recording me saying I gotta pee.
I'm trying to stop.